All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going to get our hands a little greasy and hit the road to really dig into the story of a true American icon, the retro pickup truck. So let's pop the hood, you and I, and see what really makes these incredible steel giants tick.
You know, that's a fantastic question, isn't it? Because when you look past the chipped paint and maybe a little rust on the chrome, you find a story. And it's not just about a vehicle, it's the story of America itself, welded right into the frame.
And that right there is the whole point. We're talking about something that's so much more than just a machine. These trucks, they're like time capsules on wheels. They're these rolling, breathing artifacts of American history, of grit, and, of a whole lot of optimism.
Okay, so our story kicks off right after World War II. The country was getting back on its feet, rebuilding, growing, getting back to work, and it needed a vehicle that could hustle just as hard. And right on cue, enter the humble, no-nonsense pickup truck. This really gets to the soul of these early trucks. Their DNA, it was purely utilitarian. I mean, forget about looking pretty. Form was a distant second to function. These things were simple, they were rugged, and they were built to take a beating for decades on farms, at construction sites, you name it.
And that whole idea of utilitarian design, that was everything. We're talking no creature comforts, no flashy extras, nothing that didn't absolutely need to be there. Every single piece had a job to do. The shape of the fender, those simple round headlights, the flat wooden bed, it was all about one thing and one thing only: getting the job done.
And man, did they get the job done. You could make a serious argument that these trucks were the literal backbone of America's post-war boom. I mean, they were the ones hauling the steel to build the highways, the lumber to raise the suburbs, the goods that fueled the entire economy. They were the quiet, dependable partners in progress.
But then, everything changes. Let's jump forward a bit to the 1950s and 60s. Prosperity is sweeping the nation, and something amazing starts to happen. That humble workhorse, well, it starts to care about how it looks. The revolution of chrome and color was officially here.
And wow, what a shift it was. This comparison just lays it all out, doesn't it? We go from functional and basic to stylish and expressive. Those single, dark, boring colors you'd see on the farm gave way to these vibrant, exciting two-tone paint jobs that looked right at home on Main Street. The truck was absolutely having its Cinderella moment.
Now, this whole transformation didn't just happen out of nowhere. Designers were looking up at the sky, at these sleek new jet planes, and they were looking at the incredible, futuristic designs of passenger cars. All of that optimism, that obsession with style and speed, it started to bleed right into truck design, giving them curves and details that would have been totally unimaginable just a decade earlier.
Let's just talk about that paint for a second. All of a sudden, you could get your truck in these gorgeous combinations like seafoam green and ivory white. This wasn't just color, this was personality. It was a way of saying that the owner wasn't just a worker, but they were somebody with pride, with a sense of style.
And then you had the wraparound windshields, an idea lifted directly from the coolest sedans of the day. This one feature completely changed the whole look and feel of the cab. It made it feel so much more open, almost panoramic and futuristic. It was like going from a cramped cockpit to a wide-open command center with a beautiful view.
And of course, the chrome. Oh, the chrome. Grills went from being these simple, functional guards to these massive, bold, gleaming statements. They were like the truck's smile, big, bright, and super confident, perfectly reflecting a prosperous, optimistic America. And this quote, well, it just says it all, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that transformation. The truck had officially evolved from being just a tool into a full-blown social symbol. It was now a vehicle you were actually proud to be seen in, a key part of that classic American Saturday night ritual. So that brings us to the big question. Why are we still so obsessed with these trucks today? Let's take a look at how they went from being classic vehicles to becoming true American icons. This journey right here, this is the whole story. These trucks started out as pure tools, right? Just for work. Then they became these bold statements of style. But step 3, that's where they became legends. They became a symbol of freedom. And this wasn't just some abstract idea. Think about it. The brand new interstate highway system was crisscrossing the country, opening up everything. Families were moving out to the suburbs, where a truck was just perfect for all those weekend projects. For the first time, a lot of people had leisure time, and the pickup was the perfect partner for a fishing trip, for an adventure. It was the freedom of the open road, the freedom to build your own life, all wrapped up in steel and glass. That incredibly powerful mix is what turned them into the cherished classics we love today.
So if you break it down, what's the magic formula here? Well, a huge piece of the pie, about 40%, is just pure nostalgia, right? A longing for what feels like a simpler time. But just as important are their timeless design and, this is a big one, their mechanical simplicity. In a world where every vehicle is a computer on wheels, the ability to actually understand and maybe even fix your own engine, well, that's incredibly empowering.
And hey, don't for a second think this is all just about the past. Look closely the next time you see a brand new truck on the road. You'll see the DNA of these classics everywhere. In the massive, bold grills, the strong body lines, and even in some of those special retro-inspired editions they release. The giants of the past are absolutely still shaping the trucks of the present.
And really, that's their legacy, isn't it? They are these incredible steel giants that not only helped build the country we know today, but they continue to inspire our vision of what a truck can be and what it really should be.
So I'll just leave you with this to chew on. When you look at their story, that amazing blend of hard work, bold style, and an enduring, beautiful simplicity, what lessons do you think these old trucks hold for the road ahead? It's something to think about.